20 plus must-know Rust tips and tricks that will definitely improve your game. From the insane way to reload 100 weapons in less than 5 seconds, to a crazy exploit that will allow you to fix your copter in the air, and new ways to find blueprint fragments without any keycards. I guarantee you won't know all of these, even if you are a more experienced player. With that said, make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe to the channel, and check out Rust Clash. Rust Clash is a platform in the Rust community, known for their case battles and a bunch of different game modes where you can face off against other players in intense PvP openings. They also have a bunch of different game modes, like Tiles, Plinko, Mines, Crash, and the Classic Upgrader, each with their own style and pacing. Whether you're uncovering tiles, watching the multiplier climb, or chasing a 10,000x Plinko ball, there's always action. And now, let's get back to the video. If you have a bunch of weapons that need to be reloaded, the worst thing you can do is reload them one by one, because you'll waste a lot of time. Instead, disconnect the turret from electricity, throw some bullets inside it, and move all weapons to the turret using the hover loot. As you can see, in just 5 seconds you can reload all your weapons. If you have a jungle DLC, you can make an insane pixel gap on your roof. Just build one triangle roof in the middle and 2 default roofs on the sides. If you change the skin on the roof on the left, you'll get a huge gap in the middle. This gap will allow you to see what's going on the outside and will give you a huge advantage over your enemies. I think you've all used a vending machine bunker on your roof at least once. But what if I told you that you could double the number of slots and make this bunker even more secure by placing 2 vending machines next to the wall? As you can see, the gaps on the sides have become even smaller, so it's impossible to open these vending machines from the outside. But if you place the roof here, everything will work as before. If you've got a shooting floor like this, in most cases, you will definitely put a turret on the shelf and hide the large box behind the roof. However, you can also hide the turret inside the texture to make it more difficult to break. To do this, just build 2 triangle roofs, upgrade one to metal and the other to stone. Next, add a shelf in the middle and upgrade it into stone as well. Build a ceiling behind you, place a turret as close to the edge as possible, cover it with a window and upgrade the second roof into metal. As you can see, now this turret is hidden inside the texture, so it's almost impossible to break it. By the way, if you still need to break the turret, the easiest and cheapest way to do it is to use a snowball gun. All you need is just 5 snowballs and 2 minutes of your time. One snowball deals 200 damage to the turret, plus it has an insane fire rate, so this is a really OP weapon. During the Christmas event, you can find these dungeons all over the map, and you can use a small exploit to get a lot of free loot, even if you don't have good weapons. All you need to do is just hit a candy NPC with a bow or any other weapon and run back to the exit. Sit as close to the door as possible and watch the magic happen. This NPC can only hit you once, after which you won't take any damage, so you can easily get rid of him even with a bow knife. You can also easily check if there is anyone inside this dungeon. Just come closer to the door. If you see that the circle in the middle is glowing red, it means that someone is inside, so you can wait for them next to this door. As you know, after the recent update, you can fix your copter in the air. However, if you fly as high as possible and flip your copter upside down, your teammate will be able to repair it. Of course, it's not exactly an easy skill, but this exploit can definitely help more experienced players. If you can't find blueprint fragments because of high competition at monuments, or because you can't find the blue keycard, you can use a metal detector. You need to find a similar place on the map, where the road will cross the rails. This is the perfect area where you will quickly find a lot of loot, including blueprint fragments. In my case, it took me only 2 minutes to find the first fragment, so this is the easiest and most reliable way to get the second workbench. You can hide in military tunnels without any clothing, and the radiation won't damage you. As you can see, I'm not wearing any clothes right now, and I don't have any radiation. But if I take 2 steps away from this corner, I will immediately get a huge dose of radiation. To stop it, all you have to do is come to this corner, and the radiation will slowly disappear. You can use this exploit to camp in the military tunnels at the beginning of the wipe, if you don't have good equipment yet. If you don't know the perfect red spot on the water treatment, let me show you this. You need to get to this tower, climb up the stairs to the middle, then jump down onto the beams below and go to the very front. As you can see, this spot offers an excellent view of the entire monument, including the recycler and the main building in the middle. Plus, you can use this beam as a cover if someone starts shooting at you. If you are on a cargo ship, you can easily jump onto the top floor without using the stairs or ladders. Just repeat after me. It will take you some time to learn how to do this consistently, but this skill will definitely help you in the future. Also, if you want to outsmart your opponents, you can make it look like you're jumping into the water, but actually you're jumping to the bottom floor. And if you're not sure you can do it, you can jump onto the railing first, and then jump down onto the ladder. That way, you definitely won't fall into the water. If you're placing your gun traps like this, that's a huge mistake. All the raider has to do is just build a twig shelf, and he can easily shoot them out. However, if you attach any electrical component to the wall, it will be impossible to build anything here. Also, instead of attaching these gun traps to the ceiling, it's way better to attach them to the walls as high as possible. That way, nobody will be able to see them from the outside. By the way, during the Christmas event, all players will get a free skin for wood. To use this skin, select a wood in the upgrade menu and press E to change the skin to gingerbread. Now you can make such a beautiful base, but you'll probably get raided anyway. And of course, don't forget about the new ice walls, one low and one high. You can craft the low wall on the first workbench, and it costs only 300 stone. To craft the high wall, you will need a second workbench and 3000 stone, but it's still way cheaper than a default high wall. Here is the easiest way to add an external TC to any base. To open this TC, just build a triangle roof next to this wall, and you'll be able to get inside this room. Once you break this half wall, the TC will disconnect from the main base, and to connect it back, build a half wall here, add a floor frame above, and upgrade it into metal. That's it. To make this external TC, first you need to build a gatehouse. Build 2 triangles and 3 squares like I'm showing. Remove all the excess twig and add 3 more triangles to this square. Upgrade everything into metal or stone if you don't have enough resources. Make an airlock in front, add 2 windows on each side, and make a default gatehouse with a half floor above and roofs inside. Next, go outside. Build 1 triangle, 3 squares, and another 3 triangles at the end, and remove the excess twig. Upgrade 2 triangles on the sides into metal. Place a TC in the left corner, cover it with walls, ceilings, and a window. Add 2 half walls on the right side and remove the lower one. Also, remove this triangle and build another ceiling above. Now, you need to make a freehand bunker. Rotate this window and a wall on the right, and place a square foundation as close to this opening as possible. If after building the wall, you see that it has 78 or 79% stability, then you can upgrade this wall into metal. Next, make a little build-out to place a triangle foundation next to this wall. Open this bunker and rotate back this window and a wall on the right. Build back the half wall below, jump to the very top and build a floor frame like I'm showing. If you build it from below, then the bunker will close. And finally, all that's left to do is connect the gatehouse to this external TC. And that's it. If you're using a loot room like this, with just some barrels and a TC in the far corner, that's not the best way to use the space. Instead, you can fit 4 barrels, 2 small boxes, a medium battery, 3 electric furnaces and a TC inside 1 square, and still have some free space. In my opinion, it's way better. If you find a tuna can, never throw away an empty can after you eat it, because you can use this can to get some free metal if you melt it down in a campfire. You can use this trick to craft a metal door, even if you don't have a furnace yet. If you live in a highly populated area on the map, you can place 4 can alarms around the edges of your base, so that you can immediately hear if someone runs next to you. Alright guys, that was the last video in 2025. I want to say a huge thanks to each and every one of you for watching, commenting and liking my content. And a special thanks to my sponsors. You guys are simply amazing. By the way, there are already almost 50,000 of us, which is equivalent to a small town. That's really insane. Just imagine, a whole town of Rust players. To be honest, I don't think it will last long. In any case, thanks again for being with me. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next year.